Look, so
don't get emotional.
All right, so look, Ashley I is here today
People
because
blow up,
one
I
of the things that we
understand
did last, like a couple of weeks ago, is when we got into our relationship talk,
yeah.
where everything is.
Yeah.
So what we thought would be cool is if Ashley comes in here and she's going to grill the hell out of whoever she wants to. What she can do is she's going to pick somebody, and she can really. If you want to go, Ashley, if you want to dive back into somebody's college life, you can do that. If you want to dive into what you think they were like in their single life, or if you can guess about them, I want to kind of get an idea of, because you don't really know any of us from a hole in the wall for the most part. You know things in here as far as like you've seen us around. But if I was to say like John Roca, if you were to guess what kind of person he was in regards to dating from looking at him, right? Because because on Bachelor and Bachelor, you guys have seen it all. You've seen the gigolos, you've seen the guys who aren't smooth, you've seen the male sluts, you've seen them all.
Wait, quick question, Christian. Actually, are you taking notes on this, or is that like is that what you do?
Oh,
that's your process.
I took
It's a
notes.
process.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That is amazing.
Smart.
Yeah, that's why I brought her in.
He wanted me to grill you guys, so I was just like, okay, I may not be able to come up with grilling questions from the top of my head, so here we go.
I think you're a
that is
conversationalist,
amazing.
and I think
I
that's
love
the
it.
whole point, is to really. So, I mean, look, you don't have to start with work. You can start with whoever you want, but that's kind of where I was going to go. Is starting with who you thought those people might have been when they were single, if you even think they're single. Dive into it and your kind of profile on people.
Oh, well.
So who do you want to start with?
Profile away.
Well,
Yeah. I'm curious.
Jared, based on like the Jared that you would know now,
Yes.
you'd be like, oh wow, he's probably like really smooth. He could probably like kind of mingle with every group in high school, but he was actually really chubby and really shy.
Oh yeah, I was fat in high school.
Like fat,
I'm
which
still
is
the fat kid inside.
which is why when people are like, how'd you find a guy with personality and looks? People, if
Thanks.
you get to know him and then you see old pictures, you're like, oh, it's because he was fat in high school.
Yeah.
So he has the insides of a fat boy, and it's really nice.
Yeah, I was never popular. Have you guys ever seen Just Friends?
Yeah, so
That is like,
he's-
my sister always is like,
Really?
you always be fat to me, Chris.
Yeah.
But
Says
that's
that's
truly
real.
Is there a
what he
picture
is.
on the
How'd you
internet?
drop the weight? Sports?
I can sports. Yeah, I started playing high school football, and then like gradually by like senior year, I started getting.
Yeah.
I was like pretty skinny by senior year, but like it led up to there. Yeah, there's pictures. Ashley has them, like old pictures. There's one that's really bad that you can probably bring up the phone. I don't have. That's like quite
I mean,
embarrassing.
We'll send it.
It's because it's a podcast. Well, I know we have a little video, but
No, it's a video. It's 5 cameras.
because
Yeah,
it's do you want me to pull
Christian,
it up?
you and your little video. It's fine.
yeah. The little video. I know.
Yeah, the little video,
Yeah,
it's
I got
great.
a little video. Hopefully that doesn't come up in the
Well,
conversation.
we won't bore people with Jared's fat pictures. Maybe I'll send it to you guys, and you can like lay it over his next podcast, his next Collider
It's like
Live.
me waving. It's just
Yeah.
not the
Yeah, we'll
best.
send it.
It's
We'll
a little
send it to
splatter.
the team.
But
Should be his
let's-
inner geekdom
you want me to profile all you
Yes.
guys?
No, you don't have
Yeah,
to.
just
I mean,
do
look,
it.
if you
Ask
want
questions. Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, wait. Let's go around the table.
Sure.
Christian is married for how long?
Almost 10 years. It'll be 10 years. Well, actually, 10 years in 2020, but we've been together for 10 years.
Okay, John.
Over.
Yeah.
What's your relationship status?
I am very committed to a woman. Been 3 months now, 3-4 months now. We're looking at moving in together already.
but that's fresh.
Bachelor style.
Ooh,
Very
that's
fresh.
fresh. Okay. Roxy?
I've been with my boyfriend for a little over 3 years. We lived together.
Off and on.
And we think it's
Off and
going to
on,
lead to
yeah.
marriage?
Oh.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh, this is great.
Hey,
This is
hi
good
there,
stuff
baby.
already.
Asking the wrong person.
I don't know.
Okay. Does he feel the same way?
I think he doesn't know either.
Okay.
I think we both don't know. I know that we both don't know.
Okay. And Mark?
I am engaged. Been
How-
together 4 years and a few months and some change, and we live together, and we're planning
Okay.
the wedding.
Nice.
When's the wedding?
We're thinking next September.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Jared and I are in a similar boat. We've known each other for, it'll be 4 years when we get married, which is going to
Yeah.
happen next August.
Yes, it will.
Okay.
Yes, it will, baby.
All right.
All right. Well, my first question is, what does your significant? Let's just go around the table.
Wow.
What does your significant other do that drives you nuts?
Oh, man.
But she doesn't know it. So like she will have no idea until she watches this back.
That's the thing.
Or he in Roxy's case.
This is not a shitty excuse. My wife and I know everything that drives us fucking crazy. I think that's why we're still together. It's
Yeah.
like because she'll do something, I go, I don't like that, and it's the same thing.
I do that
I
to
can
him
relate.
sometimes, but then he gets a little annoyed in the moment.
No, it's
No, you do get annoyed.
a little.
Like,
It
oh,
depends
that's
on the
so annoying.
Like there was one time I always go back to this story, but like I got a haircut. You know, as guys sometimes you cuts a little short. You feel a little insecure about it. You're like, oh.
we weren't together.
We
at
weren't
the
together. We
time.
were just friends. But I'll never forget this moment. And it was Ashley walked up to me and she was like, I don't like it. And I was like.
But that's honesty. That's the thing.
Okay.
Well, that's the same thing. With my wife and I do this all the time. There's really, I think that in the beginning there was stuff that I'm like, I'm not going to bring that up. And now we bring up everything because we've been married for so long.
How long did it take for you guys to do that? Well, hold on. Are you in the same boat?
What's that?
No way.
Do you like
3 months.
There's no way, right? You're not
No, you
completely
can't
open and
choose.
honest.
You can't talk about that.
Of course, we talk about everything. Our second date was about our bowel movements. Like we've talked about everything.
That
Yeah,
question is on the
up?
list for
Yeah,
later
everything
as comic
that
relief.
is-
You knocked it over.
Oh, we're knock what over?
The picture.
Oh, jeez. Maybe because it's a tight studio. We talk about everything. Anything
Crappy
that-
cameras, crappy studio, Christian. No
I didn't
joke.
say
It's all my
crappy
fault.
cameras. I didn't say crappy-
I built it. I hire everybody
We've
apparently.
talked about everything that irritates us every time it happens. Like, because we want to be clear about, because we're in our 40s, so like we don't have time for that, 20-year-old discovering each other crap. We know what we know what we want, and we just want to be honest with each other because we want to start building a life together. We're already talking about marriage and everything, so it's in the game.
So then, what was like the most awkward moment where she did something and you're like, no, I don't like it?
When she doesn't, the thing she does that bothers me is she thinks she's told you something and then gets mad at you for thinking that you knew she told you about it, and then you have to be like, no, we skipped a step here where you didn't tell me all the information, because she'll be like, honey, can you come over? I need to figure out plans. Okay, what's going on? I've got to figure stuff out. I got plans. What are your plans? I'm going to have dinner with a friend. What friend? Where are you going? What time? So I need information so we can figure out time. She doesn't like to give me all the information.
Yeah, see, I didn't commit to calling honey and doing all that kind of shit for like a while.
Yeah.
Because I was for a long time, and I've told this story many times, that I had no intention of getting married. I had no intention of getting kids. I just wanted to do stand up, and I wanted to meet people after the shows, and that's all I wanted.
What
to do.
changed?
I met my wife.
He was
And
an
you
F
just
boy
knew.
at heart until he met.
So when you met your wife, did
That
you
was
know
fucking cute,
immediately, or was it a little hesitation and then it built and built and built, and you're like,
Well,
I love this
my
woman
wife
so
is
much.
very attractive. So like
Like a bomb.
She's
show.
beautiful.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
she's smoke show.
so when I saw her, it's funny. She brought my friend had brought her to a show, and I was like, at the time I was on stage, so my wife still gives me shit about this. I said to my friend Cricket, right, and I said, your friend is gorgeous. Like, what's her deal? And she was sitting in the crowd. I wasn't going to go up to her. She's like, why didn't you just come up to me and talk to me? Because you were watching a show. I'm not going to pull you out. I told my friend, and there was no intention except, hey, come to my show and come see one of the things. She's like, I'm not coming to one of your gigs. You can take me out
Yeah.
And eventually I did. And then the first night we went out, I was like, okay, yeah, I can tell that I dig this lady. So and that was kind of it. But like we had a conversation. She told me, because I told her, there's something you definitely don't want to say on a date. I said, I just feel like marriage is this paper.
Oh, God.
I said, it's just a piece of paper you sign. And she's like, well, that's fine, but to let you know that I want to sign that paper. and then I'm probably going to be out the door down the line if you don't want to do that. So you should think about that. And that's fine if you don't. But and I said, you got my shit together.
So how did you guys meet your significant others?
Bumble.
Very nice.
Yep.
Dude, I'm a huge advocate for dating apps. I think so many people, there's like
You
this.
looked at Ashley to make sure it was okay for you to
It's
say
okay, I
that.
can say that, right?
Totally fine.
Baby.
Yeah.
But no, but seriously, because like feel like there's like not a bad
No, I don't even think there's a bad connotation anymore.
No, I guess not.
We're all so busy that
Exactly.
we don't have the time anymore to just walk up to someone in the grocery store. We're all so
It's
It's
kind of like
such
a
a great
standard
way-
now.
Yeah.
Totally,
Yeah.
it's such a great way of meeting people. I think people need to like go for what they want and let go of how it comes to be.
Yeah.
And
I don't
think that's
understand
great.
why there's a stigma behind.
Stigma,
I met my,
yeah.
Isn't
I met
Facebook
my,
doing one now?
what?
Facebook's doing
Yeah.
a dating
really?
thing. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I bet it only introduces you. You have to do the rest. Everybody
Totally.
thinks, oh, you're going to meet somebody. It's like you don't have any power
Right.
over this app. It's like it opens
What
a
do,
door.
What do people do, and besides yelling about us in the chat room?
Yeah.
What do people do, like in the people who are in the chat room and on Twitter? Like when there's sure there's tons of single people out there. What's the dating process? Are you going to bars? Are you going to? Are you doing the dating apps? What are you guys doing out there? I'm very
that's a good
curious.
The
question.
Schmoedown has brought people together.
Yeah.
It definitely has.
Yeah. Fans and competitors.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't have anything against the app situation. My brother met his wife on a J date, so I'm like all for it. But
J date seems seems to be very successful.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, I think when you find like the one common ground thing, any of the dating apps that start with something that you have in common are pretty successful. But I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. Like, I don't know
Why?
I meet so many people every day.
Right.
Like, there's
Did
too
you
many
ever have
people.
a problem going on dates?
No.
No.
Yeah.
And there's just too many people all the time. Like,
Right.
then to spend time on my phone, then looking at somebody who's hot, and then wondering if they think I'm hot, it feels really stressful to me. Like, didn't that make you guys nervous?
For me, I like the fact that you don't have to search for the you find the attraction, and then you can see if there's anything more. Because when you do go out to try to find somebody, first you need to find the attraction.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, attraction is a huge part of dating. Like, it's the first thing that you see of somebody. Am I attracted to them or not?
Yeah.
So, like,
But it's
that's a
more
cool
than
thing.
how somebody looks. Like, is
No.
an attraction
Of
their
course.
aura?
Chemistry, yeah, that kind of stuff.
But
yeah.
that's what's exhausting about dating apps is, like, you can be attracted to somebody, but then you meet them in person, you're like, nah, this is just
Yeah.
not what I thought it was going to be.
And then what happens when you know more about that person than you know about so many other people and you haven't even met them yet? And then you go on your first date, you've already covered your first 6 dates.
This is a great point you bring up, Ross. This was frustrating me about eHarmony. eHarmony was like 36 pages of questions. And I'm like, my partner should not know this much about me
Right.
until I walk through the door, because then there's no spontaneity, no fun discovery of each other. If you know all this stuff we have in common and all the stuff we don't have in common, then why don't we just put the ring on while we're done with it? Like,
Right.
it doesn't make any sense. So
Totally.
to me, the discovery is the joy of dating is like discovering each other and figuring each other out.
Or
Yeah.
sorry, Riley, what are they saying in there?
Yeah, a lot of people are kind of like, I'm old-fashioned. I'm going to go to the bar to meet somebody.
Yeah.
That's
I've used
The
Tinder.
bar. Yeah.
Somebody wrote, I met my ex-girlfriend and current girlfriend on Tinder. The dating apps are fine. They like it. A lot of people are saying it's really hard out there.
Yeah.
It's hard
Oh, it's
to
really
meet
hard.
somebody.
Especially in Los Angeles.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
especially when you get older.
Well, Los Angeles, there's just so many shiny objects, you know?
Yeah,
That's the
true.
thing that really hurts this
Yeah.
city is that, like,
Yeah.
everybody, you might be on a date with somebody, but it always seems like they're looking over your shoulder for
they're-
the next
they're-
best thing.
They're
Oh,
backing
God,
the waiter
that
or the
is-
waitress.
That
on
was
the
me
date.
Totally.
in the bar situation. I remember somebody I just
You'd always
snuck
be looking
right
past
in.
your date's shoulder.
She was, somebody looking around, but I remember going, I'm like, hi, how are you? Trying to scoot into the bar, and she
Yeah.
went, and I'm
Right.
like, the fuck was that?
Right.
I just want a drink.
It's LA,
I'm not
man.
talking to you.
Yeah,
Like,
so it's a question
hard.
for the whole table, but I'll start with you two, too. And I know you're going to be going around this too. This might even be a question. Who's the jealous one out of the two of you?
He is.
You
Not
are.
even comparable.
Which
Really?
is so funny.
former fat
Somebody
kid.
go
Former
back
fat kid. That's how
and
it works.
tell
Telling you.
everybody watching Bachelor in Paradise 2 and 3 that he would be the jealous one.
I know. Listen, I got to tell you something. By the way, I didn't tell you this on because I didn't see you
Oh, boy.
since you pulled a move on that show because you came in beforehand and said you were going in. You said it was right before the engagement aired.
Yeah.
Right. So the dude Kevin, right?
Yeah.
He's standing there, and then you pulled a sly move, but it was still like one of these where you went you went. We were both dating people at the time, and you kind of was it a bad edit?
I think,
to where you pointed out?
honestly, he was talking about Wells.
I was trying to, here's the issue.
Oh,
so
I
the
see.
night
You were-
before,
you were pointing at Wells.
so full disclosure, everybody knows this already. I was arguing with producers the night before that I did not want him there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Because
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
ask for anything going to the engagement. I had heard rumors that. So long story short, I got engaged down in Bachelor in Paradise.
Yeah.
It was a wonderful opportunity. It was the first beach we met. Like, I wanted to do it there.
Yeah.
I heard rumors that her ex might have been there. But I never thought in a million years they would want to make it awkward to be like, oh yeah, let's have Jared propose in front of her ex. Like, they're not going to do that.
You thought reality
kidding
TV
me?
show producers didn't want to make something
Well,
awkward
because
for
here's the thing,
ratings?
like, they've never made an engagement that awkward.
Right.
Okay.
Like, I was like, for storylines, of course,
Right.
but like, they're not going to make our engagement that awkward. So
Right.
then I was like, listen, I didn't ask for anything the night before. I was talking to producers. I was like, listen, the only thing I want is him not be there.
Right.
That's it. Just like take him on a date, do whatever. If he's there, because I didn't know if he was there or not, just like please
I
take him
see.
away. And they're like, okay, we can't do that, but they were like, it's gonna be like, listen, it's gonna be 2 seconds of you talking in front of the group, and then you're gonna go, and that is gonna be it. And I was like, and then it was pretty much came down to either you take that
Right.
or you're not getting engaged.
Right,
And
I
it was
see.
like, well, I want to do this, so like I can't base my own decisions on Kevin's feelings.
Right.
So I was like, okay, they'll make it.
So you were playing a nice guy thing, just where you didn't want it to be. You didn't want it to be awkward.
And it was,
good.
dude, it was so awkward because we went down there and went in front of the group, and Harrison was doing all the talking, and of course Kevin's right there. It's the first time I've ever seen in person.
Okay.
And like I'm not like, so I'm like, my head is down. I can't even tell watching TV back. I'm like, I know how awkward I felt. My head is down. I'm not even laughing, and it sucks because I'm about to propose. I know I'm about to propose. She doesn't know, and I can't even enjoy this moment. I just like, okay, can we go? Can we go? Can we go? And then Harrison's like, okay, tell us about your dating history, and it was like, okay,
he said Bachelor in Paradise 3. He's like, in Bachelor in Paradise 3, we dated other people.
Yeah.
He didn't. He wasn't really referring to Kevin in that moment.
And it was just hard because I'm trying to like, because Harrison was like, tell the group like what happened between you guys, and it's like, and that's why I was like, I wasn't gonna not be a dick and like try to like
see what you're saying.
not even look at him. I was trying to like
trying to be a man.
I was trying to be a man
deal.
and just like talk to the group. And then what really made me mad though is when Harrison was like, okay, go to the beach, guys. And I knew that once we went to the beach, it was just going to be us. But I had no idea that Chris Harrison was going to be like, hey, guys, come watch and include Kevin in that group.
Yeah.
And it's like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this?
Ratings.
Yeah, it's a show, man.
Yeah.
It's just like, so that was the frustrating part. I mean, it ended up being fine. Like, our engagement still was wonderful, and it was a great moment between the two of us, and watching it back was incredible. But yeah, that's still such a frustrating part.
I see. Yeah, because and you never know how you're going to get edited too, and it's got to be even equally awkward for you.
We had a lot of stress leading up to that. We weren't even excited about a proposal to watch it back. We were just more stressed about how it was going to be edited.
Sure.
So,
Yeah,
that was a downer.
So all right, well back to these.
But we don't regret anything.
No, as you should.
Anyway,
No.
I want to go around and just talk about, like, Mark, what is something that you are so annoyed by that she would have no idea? Because it's so juicy.
She knows. So I've been together with her a while too, so she knows.
Yeah.
I mean, the biggest thing is I have to now tell her that we have to be somewhere probably an hour before we need to be there.
Yeah.
Because it takes forever to get out.
Right.
And she sees me pacing. And so she knows. But I don't think she cares. I think she wants to do her thing, wants to look good and feel good. And
My wife
and
is
I
late to
respect
everything.
that. And I respect that, but I'm starting to have to move back the ETA to like
You pretend.
Yeah.
You pretend that you have to be there earlier than you
yeah.
do.
She's like, what time do we have to be there, babe? I'm like, oh, we have to be there at 4. Meanwhile, 6 p.m. is the start time.
Oh, totally.
It's,
But he says totally, but this is a new pet peeve that I've actually been honest with him about. I'll be getting ready for like an hour and a half, and he's like, what time do we have to be ready? I'm like, 6, and I'll be getting ready at 4:30. And then he will hang on his computer until 10 to 6.
It takes
we
me
get
And then
7
he's like,
minutes to
he's
get
good.
ready.
and then
Yeah.
he's like, I'll go take a shower. Okay, I'm gonna go take a shower now. And then we are the one. It will get out of the door late because he'll
Like
be
a
like
minute later.
folding
Like a
his
minute
clothes.
late.
No, because when he gets ready, it's not like he just gets ready, throws everything out, throws everything on
You
the
got
bed.
OCD.
Right.
He like has to fold his clothes, so he'll be like folding his clothes while we're late. I'm like, what the hell
We're not late.
are you doing right now?
Are you guys living together already?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
We
Okay.
moved
What's-
in July.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Look at that. There you go.
Oh, I can like go on a whole bunch of things.
I'm sure.
I think like this will be fun. He knows that one.
This will be fun.
Well,
This will be fun.
This is something that has annoyed me for months now. I've always known he does it, but I'm not sure why he does it. Like if it's a nervous habit or what. But he coughs and he clears his throat constantly, unless he's distracted. If he's like in this room, you probably
What's wrong,
won't
eating
hear him
almonds or
do
something?
it.
Might be just a nervous habit. I don't know. I've always had it.
No, he like just clears his. And then he went to the doctor. He went to the doctor and listened to this.
No, okay. First of all, I was a doctor in Rhode Island like a few years ago.
Yeah, I know.
And
I'm like,
listen,
you're not going to any doctors in Rhode Island
What
anymore.
happened? What you doing wrong?
he just said
The
I need to
doctor
drink
goes,
more water.
He needs to drink more water. I'm like, that is the biggest
You
bullshit.
thirsty
I've
boy.
ever heard. Can we
You
see
thirsty.
it?
That's what he said.
You know, so he was just like, oh, there's a little redness, right? Yeah, thank you.
I'm like, what kind of quack you going to?
Lots of quacks.
Anyway.
Anyway.
So that's annoying.
Wait, Roxy, how'd
What's
you meet
Roxy's
your...
answer? Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
hear this.
Which question?
Both. I want to know how you guys met, and then is there anything that he doesn't know that annoys you?
yeah.
We met because
Here we go.
We met. I hired him. So that was a little taboo.
well.
Oh, yeah. Is that
Plot
true?
thickens.
Yeah, we met because I hired him for AfterBuzz.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, auditioned him and hired him. And honestly, like, I am way too vocal about the shit that annoys me. Like, everything annoys me. Everything bothers me. And I've had to get better about it because you need to learn to pick
Does
your
he
battles
tell
a little
you,
bit.
hey, bring it down?
No, he doesn't say shit about shit
Really?
until he explodes. Like he doesn't say shit about shit ever.
He explodes.
It's kind of like Jared.
Yeah,
I don't explode.
You don't explode, but like he seems so easygoing
Yeah, so
until like
easygoing.
that day where he gets angry.
It's like whatever you want, whatever you want, whatever you want. Why the fuck is this? And that's the story of his life. So there's nothing I guess that really like annoys me like that. I remember similar to your coughing thing. He does this weird like small thing that has bothered me forever because he's got like strange hand things. He needs to wash his hands like 50 times a day. Have you guys ever noticed
yeah,
this?
Sinatra was like that.
So he like can't have anything on his hands, and so we would be going out to dinner. I'd be introducing him to my friends at the beginning, and he would go to the bathroom 6 times throughout the dinner, and they all asked me like, is he a drug addict or like what? Are we not interesting? They'd be in the middle of the story, and he just. I've got to go. And like,
I haven't seen that before.
It's
Wow.
like psychotic.
That's
He's
really
so
crazy.
weird with his
do
hands.
that in Schmoedown.
Yeah, do you guys know? My little sister taught me this. Do you guys ever think about each other's serial killer traits? So when you look at your partner, when you look at your partner,
I know yours. You want to eat people.
yeah, that one. When you look at your partner and you think if they ever murdered somebody, if they were ever caught, you'd be like, oh, I could have seen that coming because whatever. And
What's
people
mine?
have all different
He
serial
has
killer
one.
traits.
He seems
I have
to
one?
know that I have one.
No, I was thinking of my own serial killer traits.
Yeah.
'Cause well, actually, it's funny. So I just met Skeet Ulrich.
He like geeked
And
out, but he felt
I'm
bad.
such a. I know. I saw your post. I was like, "That's perfect," because I'm a huge Scream fanatic. And actually, her sister. We were talking about if this was a horror movie. She was like, "You'd totally be a killer. I can already see you pulling the mask to reveal your face." So I'm curious to see. Yeah, I don't have any. I don't think you are just you just. I could see you in a fit of rage, just like stabbing someone and then coming to and be
Start
like,
crying.
"What did I do?"
Like
Exactly.
how
Just
they
a
would
real
murder
sinner.
somebody. It's
Yeah,
like
my-
what they do in life.
Well, my wife, you would never find the body. You would never find it because like she'd be able to figure out a way to clean it up to where the fingerprints guys would come in and be like, "There's nothing."
I'm sure you sleep easy at night.
I mean, when it comes to that's the thing. She knows that I tell her all the time is her sleeping, like it sucks. Like you can literally walk into the room. What? Huh? What? Go to sleep. Yeah, and now, especially with the baby, it's like, and as we're mine, I sleep like a rock, but I'm moving around. My youngest daughter got it. Oh, excuse me, my oldest daughter got it too. I'm a thrasher. Like I move around a lot. Yeah. Move around a lot. Yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah.
We're pretty good sleepers.
Yeah, it's funny though because now that we're comfortable with each other, like like the first couple weeks it's cuddling and and now it's like okay, good night.
Right. That's
And
it.
just roll
yeah,
over
I can't.
each other's
I gotta
thing is
roll
big.
over. I need my space.
Oh,
in the bed.
totally.
Yeah.
How can people sleep and cuddle? I don't get it.
Oh, really?
She
we
hates
do that all the
about
time.
me.
Now.
I've been sleeping on the couch.
Really?
Yeah, we cuddle.
He's only 4 months in.
We sleep and cuddle all the time.
You just
How do you do that?
Everybody, pause. What?
I've been sleeping on the couch for the last week.
What?
Because of the baby.
Oh yeah,
The baby sleep.
Oh, so you're not in like you're not like up Schitt's Creek and she kicked you
No,
out.
she wants me to sleep in the room. I go, I gotta work.
Oh my god.
I go to the couch when I get because I have restless leg and she hates it. She is sad for me, but I'll go on the couch and she'll come out
She's
and look at me.
sad for you. Oh, you're restless leg.
Dude, I do not wish it on
I know.
anybody.
Yeah, it's a terrible thing.
She is sad for me.
Yeah.
She's trying to help me. She's looking up things and all this kind of stuff.
Right.
I have a great question.
Uh-oh.
Would you wear an engagement ring, Mark? Because Jared sometimes wants to.
Yeah.
I would. I think if she wanted me to.
There's a story behind
You
it.
taking her name?
No.
I think if she
Sometimes
wanted me
we think
to.
about it.
Jared,
But I think Julie is very, very traditional. She loves the engagement ring, and I think it sets. I don't think she would ask for it, so ask me to. So, but I would if she wanted me to. Yeah, I'm not opposed to it.
The only reason I wanted to was because I wasn't with her, and then like this group of people came up to me and like you could tell they didn't know who I was, but we just started talking, and then like I could tell that the girl was asking me like, "Oh, are you single?" or "What's going on with you?" And it was just like this awkward moment where I had to be like, where I knew she was flirting with me, and I was like, I'm engaged. And so I was like, man, it'd be so much easier if I just had a ring, because she's always said that. She's like, anytime a guy comes up to me now, I just go like this.
But don't you
I just
sense
kind
it?
of like brush my hair from my face.
And I was like, I kind of want that.
But
Not
don't
that
you
I get
sense it when it's happening and just drop your girlfriend casually in a conversation? That's how women do it.
I try
Women
to as much as
quickly.
possible.
Like,
yeah.
as soon as they sense you're interested, they'll just like, my boyfriend said blah blah blah, so that you're done with the interest.
It's
It's
so
gonna be a little
close,
easier
though.
for you though too now with people who know who you are. It's pretty
yeah.
public.
It's
Yeah.
people
Totally.
who don't
Yeah.
know, and they're just
Yeah.
like, "Oh my god, who's this hot guy?" So when he was bartending, it happened all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
There's been so many times though, because as you just mentioned that, Roka, like you don't want to be the presumptuous dick, assuming anybody who's talking to you is flirting with you. And so many times guys will be talking to me, and I'll casually drop my boyfriend, and they'll be like, "I wasn't hitting on you."
Oh, guys will do
they
that?
get annoyed. Oh,
Guys
they do
will
get
do that.
annoyed.
And so
Yeah.
it's like
that's
so
insecurity.
uncomfortable, and
Fuck
they
those
so
guys.
clearly are hitting on you. But then it's like, so I've learned to not drop it, and then like,
really?
yeah, and I gave
fuck that.
I ended up having to give somebody my number the other day because it was so uncomfortable.
what?
Did you give a real number?
Dude,
Oh,
Ashley,
was
if
it a
you
555?
ever do that,
I gave a fake number, but
Oh,
I
you
felt
did.
really uncomfortable because I've seen him multiple times
Give
since
him Roka's
then.
number?
He hasn't said anything.
Yeah, give
Oh
him my
my
number.
God.
It's just
I'll
awkward.
take it.
How's it going?
This is how I sound in the morning.
How you
It's
doing?
awkward.
You've
Like when
seen him
somebody says, somebody
Yeah.
says to you, like, "Can I have your number?" And then do you say, like,
Yeah.
I,
How do you see
I
them
have a
multiple
boy because I go to Soho House and he's at Soho
I
House all
see.
the time, so I always see him
Oh.
doing work there. And so
Uh-oh.
he's seen me since, and he hasn't said anything. He obviously knows I gave him the wrong number, unless he never tried it.
Awkward.
But it's awkward. Like, what are
Yeah.
you supposed to do?
definitely tried it if he's not coming up to you and saying anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you should change your baby for those idiots. Like, do whatever you want to do. Fuck those guys. If they can't handle you having a boyfriend, fuck them.
Yeah, yeah.
It does create an awkwardness though, like because you
But they
just
create
know.
it by being immature about
Oh,
it.
you're absolutely right.
Right.
But still, in the moment, like I
Yeah.
can empathize
Yeah.
with you being like,
You don't wanna deal with
I
it.
don't know.
Yeah,
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 it's
yeah.
just like
True,
I get it.
weird.
Like,
And
I'm the most loyal fuck around. Like,
Yeah.
I would never ever, but it's just awkward. It's just
All right, so
awkward.
Ashley,
Yeah.
keep on going with your questions here. We got about 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Christian,
Yeah.
when you were engaged, and
Yes.
and Mark, when you
Yeah.
are now currently engaged, you have joint bank account right now that you're married.
Mm-hmm.
So what'd you do when you were engaged? Because Jared and I, it's like so weird. It's like I'll pay for this, you pay for this, but we know in 10 months it's all gonna be together anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, again, this is just whether it's my own thing that I had to. There was an account. I said use it whenever you wanted to use it. Right? We didn't do it. Do we do a joint account? You know what? We might have done it
When you were
more.
engaged?
No, we didn't. It was when we
No.
were married. But I don't know the answer to that question. I think that what it was, I had my own. I still have a separate account that I have for other things too.
Oh, you do?
I do. But
For what?
drugs and prostitution. No,
trace it back.
it's just for it's like, and whether it be to put separate money, and she has access to it though too. But it's like it's just under my name, as where the other one is both our names.
When did you guys start talking about money? Because that's when we start. That's like
This is our biggest disagreement.
Yeah.
It's like never gets fiery
it's
or
not
anything.
disagreement, but it's more of like
It's
when
a
are
thing. It's like it's money first, and once you
yeah.
have kids, it's kids first, then money.
it's because it's like for me, I'm like no, your money is your money and my money is my money. Because
But I'm
like,
like, no.
That's-
And then I'm like,
Yeah.
well, no, not like bad thing, but I don't want to make it feel like I'm. I just feel weird.
Are you signing a
taking her-
prenup?
No.
Then
That's
why
why
do you
it
care
is
about
our
the
money.
I
separation of the
understand that
money?
at one point
Especially
is-
since we live together, we eat together,
Yeah.
we clean the house
I think
together.
that's what,
guys
but
know-
Ashley, that's where
You
I
gotta
am. Though. That's
compromise.
where I was though. My thing is because it's like yes, and correct me if I'm wrong. The intention is you said next August.
Yeah.
The intention is let's get to August. It's happening. We're ready to go. But it ain't August yet. This is the way I felt. Like for me, it was like because anything can happen up until that's the way I am.
Oh, it's not even anything
That's the
can-
way. That's the way I was. I'm not saying it's the way you are. I'm saying that's the way I was to where it was. I'm like, well, let's have the intention to do all of that. Let's have the intention to have the joint accounts, to consider money, to our money will be our money. But what happens if this happens before August and shit goes down? That's the way that I was always protective of shit. It was probably not the right way to think about it. But
Are you
that's how
going to do
was.
it after marriage? The same
Oh,
way?
Oh,
totally.
same
okay,
bank
so
account
it's
once
just
we
for
get
now.
married.
For
yeah.
me,
the
it's just
issue.
I don't
I
want
respect that.
I don't
Yeah.
want to make it feel like she's going out to work and comes home and be like, oh, how's our how much did we make? You know,
Right.
that
Well,
it makes
okay.
me feel awkward.
So let's be like really candid right now. Because I have more Instagram followers for certain campaigns, I'll get more money for it, but I'll think of it like, oh, combined, we're getting this. That's awesome. But he'll be like, no, you're getting this, and I'm getting
changes,
this.
but that changes. You that mindset will change. That's that's where I'm coming from.
You guys know, and obviously I'm not asking. But
Yeah.
do you guys know how much each other make? Like, you guys talk about that?
Or ballpark.
ballpark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. See, well, yeah. When you get married, like my wife she tells me how much I make.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
At this point,
That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
conversation we had this weekend because we're already talking about marriage. There's going to be no engagement or anything. We'll just
Right.
go do it.
Yeah.
We'll just go to the justice of the peace and do it. We've already scoped
So you
that
guys
out.
are talking about
No,
how
that's
much each other
the
have?
money
Yeah.
came up for the first time in our conversation. It kind of put it, like you just said, it kind of put a little bit of a division for the first time with us because she said, "Honey, I need you to make more than I make," and for me, it's
Oh,
like
so
a real
she wants
and
that
I'm like,
tradition.
"Oh." But she has her own job. She runs like shit at UCLA. She's what she
Right.
does is she's in
Established.
charge. She's in
Yeah.
charge. So to me, that was weird. And she's like, I did a little bit of your numbers, but I figured out you do make more, but I need you to be making more than I was like, wait, do you want me to be the breadwinner? And she's like, yeah, well, I'm traditional, but I have no problem working. It's just, so for the first time, I took a step back, like emotionally in my head, like, well, what happens if, because this is an unstable business. Sometimes you never know. And so what if I lose this? Does the relationship end, or do I have to go out and get something that rivals this? And if I don't, do we stop being with each other? So that was the first time I got a little scared about it.
That's so interesting.
We talked about it, but it was scary.
Last week we had the first issue because we're trying to buy a new TV. We're going to go buy a new TV like probably tomorrow. But it's our TV in our home. But right now, who's paying for it? Like, if I want to spend the extra $600 on like a better quality, bigger TV, and he's
LG
just like,
OLED.
Yeah, we split rent. I remember that back in the day when we first started.
We split rent.
We split
Yeah.
rent and stuff, and now,
but the TV will have for the next 4 or 5 years.
Right.
It's different between renting and owning. Like,
Yeah.
because like we're renting, so right now it's like, oh, this is the rent. We're just splitting it down the middle. But now it's like, oh, this TV we're buying. This is like our TV for the future.
How big?
And so
How big of a TV?
65 inch.
Yeah. Get the LG OLED.
LG.
LG OLED.
We like
That's
the
top
I like
of
the
line.
Sony.
Yeah.
Which one, the Bravia?
The 900.
Oh, you want the
something.
900, so you don't
We're
want
not
to go
sponsored
full
by any of these
OLED.
people. Stop
No,
talking
I'm
about
sorry.
I'm not going to spend $4,500 on a TV.
No, the LG
Yeah.
OLED at Fry's is like $2,200.
Yeah, so you need to set up. See,
2200?
eventually, you got to get yourself to a place where you need to get yourself a deal to where you're going to get your own room.
Yeah.
That's the deal you got to make.
Oh, we
'Cause I
are.
didn't
That's
make
what
that
we're
deal.
doing. That's what we're doing.
That's why we're getting the TV.
Get the 70, kid. And
Well, see, here's the big debate: is he was like, we had the intention of going in and getting an $800 TV just so that we could have one little side room.
Yeah.
And then we're like, oh no, that doesn't make sense at all. We'll get a huge TV.
Like if we're gonna spend money, maybe we should
Do it.
spend money on
Yeah.
a TV that we're gonna
Surround
have for years
sound
to
and
Are
all
you
come.
guys in a
stuff, yeah.
2-bedroom?
We're in a 3-bedroom.
Nice.
My
Nice.
sister
Just
lives
the
with
two of
us
you?
in one of them, and then we have the
third-
whole. We have
Yeah.
like the girl den, which is, and then he'd have the guy den.
But wait, how's that scenario going to work out, though?
Oh, she's gonna move out when we get married.
She is going to move out.
Yeah.
How's that conversation happening?
Oh no, she knows that.
Oh, okay.
She knows. It's just like it's sad,
It is.
but you know,
It
this is
is.
the truth.
But like the day you get married, she's out, or she?
She probably should move out the month before, honestly.
Right.
Something, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I love living with her sister Lauren. Like
Right.
it's like Three's Company.
Yeah.
But
Right.
but I agree. I do feel like I just need something because it is such a female apartment, which is fine. I moved in and I'm easygoing. Like I don't need much. But like just even like okay, yep, I need a TV in a second room in case like I want to play Xbox for like an hour. Just like you know,
Go watch your socks.
the important
watch
things
the
in
socks.
life.
You know.
This poor guy has watched so much 4 Weddings and Say Yes to the Dress. It's unbelievable.
Oh, yeah, wait.
Dude, it was so bad. We did a show for Food Network, and one of the guys was from Save Yes to the Dress, and I was like, oh yeah, that's Randy. And I was like, I know
Randy.
his fucking name.
Well,
He
I know-
spotted him before
Listen,
me.
my wife is how I know you guys.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
That's how
Yeah.
I know you guys. And the same thing, like, you know, that's what happens. You take the same. She wouldn't probably never even considered fucking Die Hard or all these other things too, you know. And like now, it's just that's you take it on. But we got a little bit of time left. I want to actually get a couple more questions in, and then we're gonna get the hell out of here and prep for Tommy Wiseau tomorrow.
Okay. Christian, this is specifically to you again because you're in the longest term relationship. Was there a point where you thought we're not going to make it?
Great question.
The honest answer to that is never since we've been married. And I think that the beauty of it is
Never since you've been married, but I want to know beforehand.
when we first started out, and it had nothing to do with her. It was me, and it was all my like insecurities and all that kind of stuff too. To where I was so used to just kind of playing the field and doing my own thing and not answering to anybody. So I was like, I think I was trying to find a couple excuses to be like, maybe I'll just sabotage this thing. and I didn't. Thank God. And we had a couple conversations about it, but never like, oh, this is going so bad that it's not going to last. Like we've never really had that stuff. And this is on her, where she's a very good communicator. Like, she's very good. I'm terrible at it. And like she's just like, no, let's talk. And I said this at my wedding, that this thing that she said to me that always stuck with me. It's like we have to promise to never go to bed angry because that's the thing that can drive people apart. And so she's. So it's really on for her. I've never really felt ever with her on the air, off the air, that I've never been like, oh shit, I don't know if I can do this. Never with her. Many relationships beforehand. My ex relationship that I was in for on and off like 9 years, thought it all the time.
The girl that cheated and you ended up finding in the hallway?
Yeah. Like that's like that I felt like I knew. That's why I never even got close to proposing, because I knew in my heart of hearts that she was, why aren't you proposing? How come you're not proposing? Why aren't we getting married? I was like, because something felt off, and I was right. You know, I felt it with my wife, and I've always felt, take the shot the first time, because I don't want to take 2 shots. Like that's just never, like, God forbid. Never, like, I would never get married again.
Yeah.
Would never do it. Just once.
Woof. No, but I hear you about the whole like PTSD thing of like, I've never been cheated on, but there has been like an instant before that, like, she asked, like, in terms of jealousy of like even just like guys being friendly with her. I'm like, I don't trust them because they're idiots. I'm a guy. My friends have been guys. I've been in situations
My friends
before.
have been guys.
Yeah.
They're just
Dudes know dudes.
You're gonna be
dudes,
like me
dudes,
as a dad.
and like, I'm sorry, but
We
his
know the
intentions
patterns.
aren't
We know the questions they're trying to get to. Yeah.
totally.
We
And
see
so like
exactly
when
what
even
they're
like a
doing.
guy is like from bachelor family, just like DMs her and is like, oh, that's so funny. I'm like, it's not. He's not just trying to say that's funny. It's not. Like, it's just like he sees something.
Right.
I know,
But
but
they put that hand
Do you think
close to the
you're a
shoulder.
little overprotective?
I don't think I'm overprotective because I would never tell her to change her ways or like.
Yeah.
But it's just more so like she can. I would never be like, don't talk to him. But
Right.
like I see it and I'm like, okay. And
But
she
you're
can
gonna
just
tell her
tell
it bothers
like, you're annoyed
Yeah.
about it. Like I am,
Right.
but like I know that I trust you. I
Right.
don't trust anybody else.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
Okay,
the way.
the
Mark,
eternal
then
battle.
I want to know if you in your 4-year relationship have ever had a moment where you're like, I don't know if we're going to get through this one.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, for
tell.
sure. We and I think because excuse me, we got through it soon after, or not soon after. I would say about almost 8 months later, I proposed.
Made you stronger.
Made us stronger. It was some of my shit too. I'm divorced actually, so leading into this, there was stuff that I did, just knuckleheaded stuff that was stupid. That we had a come to Jesus moment, and we got through it. And I was like, I'm doing this because we are able to get through it. And now it's like we have fights. I'm like, this is not nothing. This is nothing. And because I know what it's like to not only get cheated on, I know what it's like to get divorced. I know all those things. And she's right there with me. So when some of those kind of baggage rears its ugly head, she's been really able to hang with me on it.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
No, I was going to ask Roxy the same question because like you've been on and off with this guy for 3 years now.
Yeah. So, truthfully, right now is our moment.
Oh, yeah?
Right now is the moment.
Give us the dirt.
No, I mean, it's not dirt. It's my life. Like, the honest truth is that that's what we're going through right now. We don't know if we're going to make it. And I love him more than anything in the entire world, and he loves me more than anything in the entire world, and that doesn't mean that we're right for each other. So we're going to figure that out.
So what is it? Is it just constant like tension that you just can't get through?
No, we're like absolutely best friends. I mean, anybody who's in this room knows when we interact with each other, it's like it's not tension. I don't think anybody ever is like, ooh, being in the same room with us. We just don't know. We
No,
just,
because even when you guys are on breaks, you still hang out.
yeah, 100%.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
we live together, so it's like, and we're not. We've never been on a break. Because it's not like I've seen anybody else in the last 3 years, and he hasn't seen anybody else in the last 3 years. But I think that he's a guy. He turned. I know he's a guy. He's turned 30 this year, and I think he's in the middle of like what is life? How do I end up with one woman? Is that what life is supposed to be? Am I supposed to be in this? And then I question myself, and I question our relationship, and yeah, it has nothing to do with who he is as a person, and I care about him or what I am as a person. It's just kind of where we are in life right now. If we had met 10 years from now, I know it would have worked.
How long have you guys been living together?
We've been living together for a year.
Did it change the relationship?
No, definitely not. Made it like as crazy as it is to say, living together was the easiest thing that ever happened. Like moving in together was a no effing brainer, and it was. We haven't gotten in one living together issue.
How old are you?
27.
Okay, so you don't have that clock ticking feel yet.
I do totally. Like I don't have a clock ticking in terms of I don't want to get married and have kids, but I want to be with the person that I'm going to be with. I don't care if I get married for another 20 years. Like I'm not somebody I would if you're going to get married to the person, you're going to spend your life with them. I don't give a shit about getting married. But I don't want to be with the person that I'm not going to end up with. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
You want to find the person you're going to have kids with.
Yeah, definitely. Because I did the single thing, and I could do it again if I had to. I'm pretty good at it. But, like, in terms of being independent, like, I'm somebody, I like to eat by myself. I like to go to the movies by myself. I like to be by myself. But I don't want to because I'm in love with somebody, you know? So we'll see.
Look at that, kids. We dug deep today.